This week we focused on the speed endurance again, taking the distance out a little bit to 120s. Welcome to episode 5 of Breaking 11. If you're new here, my name's Harvey, I'm a UK based sprinter and I'm aiming to break 11 seconds in the 100 metre sprint this summer in 2025. Coming off the back of a successful indoor season where I got a new PB in the 60 metre sprint of 7.12 and making my first county championship final since 2022, I'm looking to take that new speed into outdoors, break the 11-second barrier and get PBs in the 100 and the 200 this year. I am struggling with a little bit of hamstring tendonitis in my right hamstring, so the volume is quite low and we're focusing on rehabbing that for the summer season. This week I just did 2 workouts, one gym workout on Monday where I focused on lower body and core, and one track workout on Thursday where I did the 120 metre session. Lots of mobility and physio exercises in between, but that was kind of the bare bones of the week. Let's get straight into the video. So a fairly successful week of training in the books, solid session for the lower body and core, but the main focus really, as always, is the track session. So 3 120s, full rest in between, max effort in all 3 reps. From blocks, because I'm only doing 1 session each week, I'm trying to hit all the sprinting components in 1 session. So this includes blocks, acceleration, top speed and speed endurance. So in the first rep, and this was the first 120 I've recorded with the E-Starter, 13.71 including reaction time. Fairly happy with that. I didn't have too much of an expectation of what I would get, but I did sort of know what I wanted to hit in the splits. So for the first 20 I got 3.27, a little bit slow off the mark, but it is also around the curve and I haven't timed my 20 meter around the curve, so this could be bang on or, you know, very quick, but it's still fairly close to my PB on the straight. And then for the Fly 100, I got a new season's best in the first rep of 10.43. Now, I've never recorded a 100-meter fly from the 120 before, but I know that my PB from the 110 is 10.32, and that I'd run 10.55 in trainers so far this year from the 110. And from the 50-meter mark, as in a 50-meter run in a 150 rep and recording the last 100, the PB's 10.49. I think probably the fastest 100 has got to be somewhere around that 110 to 130 mark. I haven't got enough data yet to say for sure which one for me. But 10.43 is a very quick Fly 100 time. Average is 1.04 over the full 100 meters for each 10-meter segment. So I likely hit a lot faster than that. Probably dipped under the 1 second barrier, and then at the beginning and the end of the 100-meter fly rep was probably dipping over the 1 second barrier. But a 1.04 average is pretty good. Then got into the second rep where I got a now PB, beating that first rep of 13.66. Very happy with this. Also was much faster in the first 20 as well with a 3.21. So getting very close to those 3.1s on the curve, which I think is a really good place to be. I know that my block start, my acceleration and my top speed are all there from the indoor season. And through rehabbing this injury, I just really want to maintain that and also introduce some speed endurance. 10.45 for the 100-meter fly. Bang on what I got last time, so very consistent. And then in the third rep, I got 13.77. Mostly this came down to the first 20 being fairly slow, 3.34. You know, at this point the lactic was building up. Haven't really done much endurance work yet, so my body is still adapting to this, so it's no surprise the acceleration was a little bit worse. I felt very fatigued, you know, you can feel the lactic acid building up. But a 10.43 on the Fly 100, so very consistent on the Fly 100, and that really was the main focus of this session. So all round very happy. Only doing 2 sessions this week. I did go away for the weekend, and I'm also keeping the volume low, specifically because of the right hamstring. So once the right hamstring issue sorts itself out, I will start introducing more volume, more sessions, as ideally I want to be sprinting more than once a week. I'd say the sweet spot for me probably sits around 2 a week. I have sprinted 3 times a week in training, and inevitably I run into issues. You know, I think over the indoor season, sort of where I saw those issues arise, when with a competition and the prep work, you end up sort of doing 3 sessions of sprinting and also, you know, very high intensity, high CNS movements in the gym, making sure that you're ready for your race. But 1 session a week doesn't really feel quite enough to stimulate any real change. I might be wrong, maybe 1 session is optimal, but I guess only time will tell. We'll see how the next few weeks progress while I am only sprinting once a week, see how the PBs progress, and we can go from there. Haven't got any outdoor races booked yet, really focusing on getting this hamstring sorted, and then we'll be looking to get some races in. My main focus this year is the 100, so a lot of the work that I'm doing, especially with speed endurance, is going to be focused around the 100, so it's going to be kind of in that 80 meter to 150 meter range. Primarily, I will do some more specific for the 200 meter work as the season goes on, but primarily my goal is the 100 and breaking 11 seconds. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, hope you found it useful, and maybe you can pick up something from these videos for your own training. If you enjoy watching these videos, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos, and leave a comment below of anything you would like to see in upcoming videos. I post these training videos weekly, and I also post some other videos such as non-sprinters running the 100 meters, and also reviews of the shoes and equipment that I use to aid my sprint training. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.